Much better. Okay, welcome back everybody. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. If you've been here for a long time and you keep coming back, thank you very much. So today is the... Wait, you know what? Hold on. Before we get there, I'd like to know something. We bought a new camera. We're shooting everything from here on out in 4K. Does it make a difference or doesn't it? I don't know. This is the first video I've ever shot in 4K, strictly 4K. So if it improves the footage, which I hope it does, let us know. I'd appreciate that. So I've got the barrel in the lathe. Now, some of you know that the barrel was in the lathe right before my accident, and I just barely started cutting the chamber on this thing. And then the wreck happened, and it sat in there for, well, a long time. But I pulled the barrel out. I had to get some other work done, and now I have the barrel back in there. I've got it all zeroed. I'll show you here in just a minute what that looks like. The gauge I've got on there is a 1/10,000th gauge, so I like to get these things as dialed as I possibly can. I've just had super results with it that way, and so, you know, it's kind of the circle and a circle and a circle sort of thing. The more you can get that all lined up, the more things they're just more accurate. So what I use is a PTG Live Pilot reamer. So they have different pilots on here, and you find the one that fits the bore the best. And I've got 9 different pilots, so I've got the one that fits the best for that particular barrel on this reamer. And this is a free-floating reamer here. Well, not the reamer, but the holder is. And this is a Bald Eagle from Bald Eagle Machine. Excellent setup here. That way, if you have any kind of just a little bit of run out through the bore, which every barrel does, with the Live Pilot, it just follows that bore. And with this tool here, it allows you to just follow it in. We'll get some close-ups on this and sort of explain what that does when we get over to the lathe here. Now, everybody voted, left in the comments, which I appreciate. You know, muzzle brake, do we want to do that? Do we want to do the recoil lug? The general consensus is do them both, which I agree with. So Bob over at Recoil Control Innovations sent me this self-timing muzzle brake here. That's sweet. I've used these on another rifle I put together. I do really like these. They're a good product. So I'll link in below. Check them out. It's a Facebook, not a website, but they do have great stuff. So now when I do ream a barrel, when I first start out, when I'm plunging this into the barrel and making those cuts, I'm only doing like 50 thousandths at a time. As we get closer to the final dimensions, I start going, you know, 40, 30, 20, and 10, 8, 5, and I just kind of sneak up on that. So it takes time. I'm not going to bore you with the entire process of chambering this thing because it does take a long time. This video would be very long if I did, and everybody click off and go away. But that is what I'm going to be doing. Then we're going to flip that barrel around. I'm going to shear the end off because it is a barrel blank, so I'll shear the end off. We'll crown that. We'll cut the 10 in, and we'll thread that, and we will install this self-timing muzzle brake here. And, well, that's what we're doing today. So, well, I'm not getting much done sitting here talking, so let's get to work. Okay, so here we go. We've got this set up, and I am running 1/2 of 1/10,000ths. Let me zoom in on that dial there for you just a little bit, just so you can see that a little bit better. So I've indicated here and also on the other end, and so there we are. We're in good shape. Let's get this thing chambered. Okay, so this piece here is going to go in the tailstock, and notice it's got a real nice round end on here. The hole in the Bald Eagle is larger than this. So the idea is when you get a nice fitting bushing here that really is snug, not tight, but snug in the chamber, as you're plunging this into the chamber, this is going to follow the bore of the barrel, And with this here being a little bit loose, it's going to allow that to follow it. And every single barrel has an arc to it inside. They are not perfect, not even close. Some are better than others, but nonetheless, this is my personal ideal setup. I really like this. I know a lot of guys that use them, and they work great. So let's get this in the tailstock and get this plunging down that barrel. That out. Find my key spot. There it is. Okay, lock that in there. Make sure it's snug, not going to pull out. Good there. Okay, move our tailstock this way. Now, use a really good high quality cutting oil here. This is real thick, but it works good. Put some of this on here, and then I'm going to insert that up into the barrel there, like so. And we'll move our tailstock forward just to where it just bumps that. And then we'll fire it up. Make sure you can still move this around before you fire this up though. So, going to get a little bit loud. I'm only running this here at 70 RPM. I'll turn the volume down for you guys, but here we go. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the handle on the bald eagle and I'm just going to turn this in. And I've got my marks here on my dial, so I'm just going to turn this in by 50 thousandths until we get closer to our final depth. Okay, there's the first 50 thousandths. So now I'm going to back this tailstock off, pull this out of here. I'm going to clean this all up because that's pretty filthy, and we'll put some more lube on there, plunge another 50 thousandths. So as I keep plunging here, one other thing I thought I'd mention about the bald eagle holder is the fact that you have to hold this with your hand. Now, why that's important is as this is spinning, I'm holding it with just literally one finger. And if this were to bind up in any way, it would just simply spin. So I'm going to fire this up and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So to me, that's important because if this was in a solid lockup here and you're plunging this in and you got in any kind of a bind at all, it actually shatters your reamer. So I just thought I'd throw that out there as kind of a bonus to having one of these, kind of a second bonus because it follows the bore with the PTG and the floating head back here, and then if anything jams up, it just whoop takes it out of your hand as long as you're not holding onto it real tight. But anyways, back to chambering. Okay, we're getting in there pretty deep now, so I've kind of switched over to doing like 20 thousandths plunge, and we're gonna just kind of inch our way up on this. So here we go. Okay, we're getting really close, so clean out this chamber here. I just use brake clean, and brake clean works good. Nice clean Q-tip here. We'll run this in here. Make sure everything's cleaned out inside. Probably should get another one here. Taking 2 of these. We just want to make sure there's no metal shavings whatsoever in this chamber here, because we're going to put the headspace gauge in here and figure out where we're at. Okay. Boy, we're close, I guarantee you that. So let's see here. 1. We're right there. We nailed it. That's awesome. Let's just double check here. There's 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. We're right there. We nailed it. Perfect. Okay. Next, we're going to polish the chamber here with just some 600 grit. So I'm just going to slide this in here a little bit. I just have it wrapped around a 1/4 inch extension. I'm going to bump the speed up a little bit. Alright, next we're going to do is just break that sharp edge where the chamber starts. That's going to help with feeding. Talking about right here on the edge. Okay, so I came in here and broke this edge into the chamber at a 45, and I also broke this threading area here at a 45. So, you know, chamber's polished, these edges are broke, it's all threaded. I think we're in good shape. So time to flip this thing around and get the muzzle brake on. Okay, we got this chambered. You know, got all our 45s cut. It's threaded. This end is done. So next, we'll do this. We'll shear this off here. We'll cut the tenon and thread this for the muzzle brake. So we'll go from there. But I think I'll leave it at this for tonight, and tomorrow I'll start the process of the muzzle brake. So anyways, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. This is a fun project. I'm really enjoying this. It's nice to be back out in the shop and doing this kind of stuff. So I guess that's about it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.